Alright, so I heard about some stuff going on with Adam So Not a Gamer Sessler. He actually should change that to Adam Snowman Sessler or Adam Crackhead Sessler or whatever, because apparently he loves to partake. But anyway, I got this up on archive because I'm blocked by his stupid ass. But here's his reply to a guy. Dude is angry. I didn't like his consumer boner simulator in 2006. A truer gamer there never was. What's the tweet in question, or the man in question? Tark Scotland. Some people weren't around when JRPGs were being dragged by mainstream gaming press and had no clue why some devs felt slighted by the term, so I want you to take this 2006 Baten Kaitos Origins review from XPlay as an example. If you haven't played Baten Kaitos, I bought the game when it first came out, because it was one of the, I don't want to say one of the few, but one of the JRPGs that came out for the GameCube. Some of the card combat I won't go into too much, because it's not really relevant, but it wasn't like one of my favorites. It was good though. I mean, it had a good story, had all that stuff. But anyway, basically, Sessler is being called out for being racist towards like JRPGs, because there's all kinds of stuff, and more people are jumping on board. I hear someone I have no idea how you could watch this and grow defensive rather than admit it was 15 plus years ago and the whole thing was pretty insensitive is not content you'd stand by making today. That's wild and disappointing. Now, I don't believe necessarily in the whole, well, let's just apologize for all the humor and stuff, but here's how Adam replies. Instead of just either not responding, even though he got ratioed big time, as you can see, 2792, I'm not defensive. I'm also not apologizing to the MAGA weirdos with anime porn in their timelines, talking about Turks, which is not true at all. Also, maybe tend to your own goddamn garden, and then you got like throwing on the MAGA stuff when shit doesn't go your way. Talk about I'm not owned, I'm not all that stuff. Here's a guy, Tarks has zero anime porn in his timeline and is the opposite of a MAGA weirdo, as are most people roasting you. You'll generally find it's the opposites of MAGA that take exception to fierce racism, Adam, which I not necessarily agree with, but okay, whatever. Is that why you called it a boner simulator? Does being racist make you hard? Which is kind of funny, but so it's okay to be racist if it bothers unrelated groups of people. Got it. And everyone talks about not everyone who criticizes you is a MAGA weirdo, but you know that you just use it because you think it will get critics off your back, which is true. You're clearly being very defensive. People think you shouldn't be racist against Asians, or apparently MAGA weirdos now, whereas being incredibly racist against Asians makes you a shining bastion of something, I guess. Man, you're the one who made the racist jokes about Japanese people. I'd be careful about throwing around accusations. I had to go to actually the kind of the thread, because on archive it wouldn't show up and stuff. But yeah, it was just stupid. Yeah, there's actually a bunch of videos going around, because this is where it ends. But there's a bunch of videos going around of people. All I had to do was go in and search Sessler on Twitter, and a bunch of shit popped up. Basically, some of it's related to this, some of it's not, because just the way XPlay was just very dismissive of JRPGs, but then also some of it involved actual racism, and some of it was just like attempts at edgy humor, which I'm fine with. I ain't got a problem. My biggest problem is how, number one, Sessler tries to act like he's above this shit. It's like, you're not above it, dude. You're in the muck. It's like you're more in the muck than any of us. But whatever. Like I said, it's just more of Sessler, because he's no longer deemed as being useful to some of these people out there who are trying to push their agenda. Because, like Sessler will gladly say that everyone in gaming's a racist, they're homophobes, they're misogynists, they're this, they're that, and everything. Well, we've kind of moved on past that. Like, people don't pay much attention to Sessler anymore and stuff. I mean, you could argue they never did, but, of course they don't pay attention to me or anything. So, I mean, hey, whether you want to make that a thing or not, it's true. But anyway, it's just the kind of thing where it's like people are turning on Sessler now because it's like he's an idiot. He tries pandering, like the guy said. He tries to make the whole MAGA thing an insult, like all the time. That's his go-to insult. You MAGA, you anybody who criticizes him, you MAGA weirdo. And it's like, what are you talking about? Like the Baten Kaitos Origins. There's a shopkeeper who they have the little jiggle physics for the breast. But other than that, like none of the characters are sexualized or none of that stuff. So it's like, what are you talking about, you fucking weirdo? But he's so not a gamer. Like I said, he ought to just change it to Snowman Sessler or Crackhead Sessler or whatever. Hey. But anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. I'll link this in the description box. You can probably follow Sessler on Twitter if you really wanted. I mean, I would advise against it because I think he's an idiot. But hey, teach their own. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.